Hi there, I'm 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂, your Sacramento real estate professional and your Sacramento real estate professor. And today I want to talk to you about discounting doctors. But before I do, let me preface it by giving this very wide, important disclosure. In the state of California, real estate commissions are negotiable by law. That's a law. There's no getting around it. And if anyone ever tells you different and says things like, this is the standard, this is what people charge, this is what my broker says I have to charge, run, because it's not true. Okay? Now let's get to today's topic. Let's just say, heaven forbid, you had some weird growth in your brain and you were told that in order for you to survive, you had to have a very specific, delicate, complicated surgery. And there was one doctor who could do it perfectly well, and your rate of survival went way up. Would you say, well, are there any doctors that would do it at a discount? I don't think you would. Now, I want to set the precedence right here and be really clear and honest about something. I am not opposed to going to Walmart to buy, say, school supplies or water bottles, or if I'm having a party, or if I just want a really good sale on potato chips. I'm not opposed to that, and I do it, and probably you do too. But if I was going somewhere where it was very special and I had to look my very best, like say a black tie event or accepting an award or something like that, I might go to Nordy's. Okay, so Walmart and Nordy's are at two ends of the pricing spectrum. We get that? Here's the thing. There's a time and a place for anything. And like we just said with your health, when it comes to your brain, you're not going to want to mess around with a discounted doctor because someone's going to be in your head. You want someone who has the expertise, the skill, the experience, and the track record to make sure that you get up out of that operating table. But it mystifies me how many people don't consider when they're hiring a realtor how important it is. If you're buying a home, $500,000, kind of a lot of money, right? If you're selling a home, could be $500,000 too. So the amount of money doesn't matter. What matters is how much of that money you either save in buying or how much of that money you make in selling. So I love new agents. I'm a professor of real estate. I have been for 22 years. So I really enjoy getting to know new agents and helping them learn how to navigate the contracts, the disclosure laws, and all of that. But let's face it, when you first get your license, you are a new agent. Now, when you compare that to someone like myself, who has 25 years of experience, of skill, who has spent over $100,000 in education, training, credentials, and specialization. And you take all of that combined with all of the experience and the skills that a seasoned agent has, it's really the comparison between a discounted doctor and a specific brain surgeon, right? You really, really have to think about who you're hiring. And, you know, if you're selling your home, the difference could be whether you net $280,000 or $200,000. That's a big gap. But if you don't hire the right agent, you risk losing that kind of profit. And it's not just about who can get you the best deal. It's about who can negotiate the most fiercely. Like, I learned negotiation skills from reading many books, but especially in the field training, like with hostage negotiations. These guys teach negotiation skills because you know what? I may not be in the FBI and you may not have someone kidnapped, but I negotiate as if that were the case because negotiation is an art, it's a skill, it's a craft. Risk management. I'm not going to go willy-nilly messing around where you could end up in a lawsuit or get sued, right? Risk management is at the top of my priority list. Getting you the most money. That's where my marketing expertise, my pricing strategy, all the things I do, you know, all the social media that I do, everything is designed to get you the top dollar in the fastest, most effective, safest way possible. Because I'm not going to say something or do something, especially on YouTube or on social media, that could end up over-promising what your property can deliver and then get you sued. These things happen. It's like the wild, wild west when it comes to social media and real estate these days. So, all that being said, would you really use a discounted doctor? I don't think you would. When the asset you're talking about is real estate, it's probably the biggest asset that any of us are dealing with in our entire lives, aside from our lives and our children, right? So you definitely want to make sure that your real estate transactions are in the best hands possible. And what is the most important thing? That you trust the person you hire. That's why I do so many videos. I want to give people the opportunity to see me on screen and, hear my mistakes when I make them. I don't edit my videos. You can probably tell that. But I want to make sure that people get the opportunity to see how I am and who I am and how I work, because that's how we build trust. That's what's important to me, is that you trust me. Because for me to put all of my experience, all of my skills, all of my knowledge, all of my marketing expertise and my market expertise into play, we have to have a two-way relationship based on trust. So ask yourself, who do you want to hire to represent you in your real estate transaction? And if it's in Sacramento, I sure hope it's me. Click a link below, watch my webinar, order one of my free books. Let's talk. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.